Libra, welcome to November. What an interesting time for you, Libra, because you have had this square going on with the planet Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, the planet of death and rebirth, of power, of other people's money, of combined monies. You've had a 90-degree angle with Pluto in the cardinal sign of Capricorn. You're a cardinal sign, Libra. And so you've been making this square since 2016. Okay. So it's been intense. And this is finally coming to a close on November 19th. So I want you to pay really close attention to the beginning of this month, the last final things that need to change. Okay. And as Pluto is going to move into Aquarius on the 19th. Aquarius is an air sign. You're an air sign, Libra. So you're going to have a trine, a triangle, okay? A positive aspect. Like I say, when people are taking classes on astrology, everybody wants the triangles, nobody wants the squares because squares are abrasive action. They're like this, right? But squares make us better people. They teach us things, and you've learned a lot in this 16 years, Libra, okay? Especially about finances, especially about value, and especially about relationships, because you are ruled by Venus. Now, let's see. So Pluto's going to move into Aquarius, which is then going to give you a trine, the positive aspect. And I see that bringing in new relationships, new friendships, new ideas. I think this is going to be really amazing for you, okay? And you also have a trine going on with Jupiter in the air sign of Gemini. So you got to think big, okay? Because that's what Jupiter wants to do. It wants to be big, all right? So have some thoughts about all the possibilities of all the new people that could be coming into your life, okay? Now, you're still dealing with the South Node in your sign. The South Node is the past, right? So we're going to work on kind of clearing that out. Sometimes when new people come into our lives and they feel like uber familiar, let's question that, if that's a good thing, all right? Sometimes just because it's familiar doesn't mean that it's right for you in this lifetime, okay? Now, you also have a square with Venus in the sign of Capricorn, and that's only until the 11th of October or November. And Venus is your ruling planet. So you're going to be having this 90-degree degree square with your ruling planet. So things will get lighter for you as the month goes along. The beginning of the month is the hardest time for you, and then after the 11th and then continuing to the 19th, things will lighten. Okay. Now, I pulled a couple cards for you in advance just so I can make sure that I'm giving you the message that you need to hear. Okay, so here is your first card that came out in your pre-reading. Here is the Queen of Crystals, okay? This is the Queen of Swords, traditionally. And really, that's you, Libra. You're an air queen or air royalty cards, okay? So the cards are really non-gender. A queen receives, okay? And so here you are receiving information, receiving all it is that you have put out there. I see you in your power, okay? Queen of Crystals. Now, your second card that came out was the Magician. And so you got a royalty card followed by one of the most powerful cards in the deck. This is the Magician. I think of it as Scorpio. I know that the Magician's associated with a couple different signs. I tend to think of it as Scorpio, about that. It's like the alchemist. Everything and anything is possible. Okay. But some people do associate this with Gemini. All right. Now, the bottom line is you are the alchemist. So you're in this queen position and this power position of creating what it is that you want. And the square with Pluto is going to help that. Okay. Because like Pluto, it isn't a bad thing to have Pluto involved. It's just an intense thing. All right. Now, your third card that came out was the Sun, another major arcana, major secret of life card. This is a card of joy. This is Leo. This is a card of exposure, of seeing things clearly. Okay, the sun is shining bright, and there's a lot of joy here. At last, some joy. All right. Now, your oracle card, here from this lovely, the Sacred Forest Oracle, which I really enjoy. We have this in stock in Kent, Connecticut at our shop. And you have Starry Night, and it says acceptance. I think that's a really beautiful card. There's an acceptance here. And so a lot's probably been changed, you know. It looks like a dream catcher in the background. And there's a certain amount of acceptance that you're ready to move into after having been dealing with the square with Pluto for 16 years, okay? But it could be worse because Pluto is going to move into Aquarius for 20 years. So you were kind of lucky with 16. All right, now let's see what else. That was your pre-reading, okay? Now let's see what a live reading has to say for you. And I am working with the Dreamy Moons Tarot, which is such a great one. And I am also, this is Dreamy Moons. I'm also working with this one that I'm absolutely in love with called the Phantom Wise Tarot, based on the book The Night Circus, which if you haven't read that, you want to read it. It's really fun. It's fiction, but it's like so, you know, it's like metaphysical fiction. We do have that in stock also, along with the deck. Oh, we got a jumper card here. Let's see. I'll put that one down here. That one is from the Modern Witch Tarot, which I'm also a big fan of. It's really easy to read, and it's very modern. It's all women, and I like that. Okay, and let me put one more card on the table, and I think it's going to be another oracle. All right, let's see what we got here for you, Libra. So your first card is the Nine of Cups. I think this is the first Nine of Cups I've seen in any of these readings here. Nine of Cups, nine of emotion, everything's lined up, okay? There's a lot of choices. She looks very peaceful. All these lotus flowers around, all these cups of satisfaction around, okay? And she looks at peace. And I think acceptance is part of that peace. And the Queen of Swords above it. So you kind of cut out the things that didn't bring you peace. All right. I mean, Libra, you are a sign of relationships, right? And you've had this square with Pluto that wants to transform everything. So you may have cut some things out so that you could have peace of mind. Now, let's see. Card number 2 is the Ten of Pentacles. It's like your castle here. And it almost looks empty, almost like maybe you've removed some people, some things, making space for new. Okay, Ten of Pentacles is like your empire here. It's interesting, it's coming in under the Magician, who's a 1. So a 10 in numerology, we call it a 1. So you see a shift here. And you're in this power position to be able to make anything happen with the Magician there. Your third card is the Eight of Wands underneath the Sun. So they're both fire cards. Like they're getting on the road here on their motorcycle. This is one of the cards of the year because 8 is the number of the year for 2024. So this is traditionally, I've heard this called the honeymoon card. It's a travel card. Okay, so there's some excitement. There's some joy here. Your oracle card says Willow Spirit, flexibility. Flexibility. All right, it's very beautiful. All right, so let's see. Those are your live reading. Let's do week by week here for the month of November. See what you need to know for these 4 weeks of November. And we're going to be moving into a Mercury retrograde this month. If you didn't get the month overview, make sure to head over and watch the whole month review, okay? Your first card is the High Priestess, and she is ruled by the moon, and she is kind of like the quiet whisper of your soul. If you can quiet down enough, you can hear your intuition, you can hear the whisper, okay? It's a 2, so it's in relationship. Week number 1. I love the High Priestess. I think that it's a very powerful card. It's coming in under the Nine of Cups, so they're very watery. And the Nine of Cups is showing you like on your own little lily pad, having your own little peaceful time. So make sure to take the time out to hear your own inner voice. Week 2 This is the King of Wands. This is the King of Fire. Okay, he's a traveler. And it almost coming in under the 10 of Pentacles here, which looks like nobody's home. So maybe you are traveling. Week 3. You've got the 7 of Wands. I swear the 7 of Wands keeps showing up in like every reading. Just a lot going on, a lot to oversee. And some things you're going to have to say no to so that you have this freedom to get on your motorcycle and ride. Okay, so make sure that you say no enough so that you can do what you want. I know, Libra, that you're not known for saying no very well, but you can do it. I have faith in you. Week number 4. This is your Thanksgiving week. Okay, you have the Hierophant here who's about tradition. Card number 5. It's kind of a funny card. The Hierophant's like a card that I find a little bit more confusing. I originally learned it as Sagittarius because it's about your spiritual connection, but it's also a 5. So it's about, updating your spiritual beliefs, but it's also a Taurus card. Some people say it's related to Taurus because it's about stability. Okay. And there's also like, there it looks like somebody's hands out, almost like he's receiving or asking for something. And so card number 5, so maybe there's some traditions around the holiday, maybe that you're trying to change. Maybe you're changing something up, but it's coming underneath this card that says flexibility. Be flexible, Willow Spirit. All right, now I'm going to push these cards to the side, and we're going to work with our charms and our dice to see any power days for you this month. Okay, so I'm just going to throw some charms over this calendar. I'm just kind of tossing them all around this room. And now you're just looking for names, any words that, jump out to you with some of these letters, some of these Scrabble letters. I've got the word duet. Got a T, an O, a D. I feel like I see the word today, although it's not here. M, 3 E's, and I. So see if you see anybody's initials or anything that jumps out to you, okay? This is fun. Let's not take it too seriously. We've got an elephant up here at the top. We have this symbol that says founded in 1956 from Marvelwood School. All right, so on the 30th, we have a T. On between the 1st and 2nd of November, we have this D2. Between the 3rd and the 4th, it looks like a Chinese coin. All right, we've got the letter O. I'm going to call that on the 4th. 5th, we have an A, oat. And toad, duet, tie. Okay. Team. All right, on the 6th, we have a moose on this little button and the letter U. The 7th, we have an O and a symbol for Mother Mary. And so a lot of energy there between the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Okay. Then we have the letter E on the 12th, along with a peace symbol over here on the 10th. 14th, you have a big moon symbol. Kind of have a little rolling pin over here on the side. Kind of near the 23rd. Maybe you're thinking about baking. This has come up a lot. There's another symbol for Mary at the side. We have a guitar between the 17th and the 18th and the letter E on the 18th. We have a postcard here on the 19th as we're heading closer to our Mercury retrograde beginning. Remember, this Mercury retrograde is going to go back to the date of November 7th, where you have this Mary and the O. And it's going to bring us back. And then we're going to kind of go over this time period of November 3 times. So pick and choose what you do because it's going to be revisited. On the 24th, we have the letter M. On the 26th, the letter I, the number 4 on the 26th, and then letter E on the 27th. All right. So see if any of that makes any sense to you. The word toe, T-O-E. And the word meet, M-E-E-T, meet you, letter U. All right, let's roll these dice. Scorpio, 11th, Mercury, Scorpio, 11th house, okay? So Mercury, the planet of communication in the watery sign of Scorpio, deep, deep, deep emotion. This is a psychic placement, Mercury in Scorpio. 11th house is Aquarius's house of large groups of people. This can rule the internet. This can rule your hopes and your dreams, okay? So there's some deep connection here. So maybe even you're meeting people over the internet, and maybe you're tuning into your psychic energy more with Mercury and Scorpio, all right? Now, Mercury is going to be in retrograde. So we got Mercury coming up there again. So make sure that you are planning accordingly. Listen to the month ahead video so you can get more information on that. All right, now let's see, based on the dice, let's give you some dates, some power days. And Mercury rules the sign Gemini, and it also rules the sign Virgo. So you're going to get a few dates here off of that. Now, we have, let's see, the moon moves into Gemini on Saturday the 16th through the 17th, where you had the guitar, through the 18th, until 3:50 a.m. Okay. Then it also Mercury also rules the sign Virgo. And we have the moon moving into the sign of Virgo on Friday the 22nd, 6:01 p.m. through that whole weekend. That's a whole Virgo weekend, 23rd, 24th. 24th, you have the letter M. Okay. And then you get Virgo until the 25th, 6:20 a.m. You also rolled the sign Scorpio. You're getting a lot of dates here. Remember, we have a Scorpio new moon on the 1st of the month. So the moon moved into Scorpio on Halloween, 1:30 in the afternoon on Halloween, went through Day of the Dead into the 2nd until 3:18 p.m. Those are power days for you. And then you also get Aquarius. Looks like the 3rd, it's got a lot of energy for you there too with that Chinese coin. Now your Aquarius dates are Thursday the 7th, where you have Mary and the O, and that's the date that the Mercury retrograde moves back to. The 7th, the 8th, and the 9th until 11 p.m. These are power times for you, Libra. Make the most of it. Have a fabulous month.